Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit and dive into something that I think is going to resonate with a lot of you out there.
Yeah, this should be good.
We're always bombarded with these stories of these radical health transformations.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like someone loses, a dramatic amount of weight, or they suddenly become an ultra marathon runner or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like overnight success stories.
Let's be honest, most of the time those stories, they feel kind of
Yeah, they can feel pretty,
intimidating.
intimidating and overwhelming for sure.
Like, how could I ever do that?
Yeah,
It's like so far removed from it, like our day-to-day reality.
totally.
And so today's deep dive is all about the idea that you don't actually need these like massive overhauls to see real tangible improvements in your health.
Yeah, I love that.
We talked about the power of starting small,
Small steps.
like unbelievably small. And we've been looking at some really interesting material that really highlights how these almost imperceptible tiny shifts in your daily routine can actually be the most powerful drivers of long-term well-being.
Right, so it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Because you think big change, big results, but a lot of times those big changes are really hard to sustain.
Exactly.
But these small things, you just kind of weave them into your life, and before you know it, they've made a huge impact.
Yeah, and that's really what we want to unpack in this deep dive. Like, how do these small changes actually lead to big results?
Yeah, how do they actually work?
So let's break it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it that these seemingly insignificant changes actually make such a big difference in the long run?
Well, one of the things that really struck me in the research was this concept of like the compound effect,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like you think about it and, one can of soda a day, it doesn't seem like a lot, but over the course of a year, that's like 365 cans of soda.
That's a lot of soda.
Right. That's huge.
It really puts it in perspective.
It does. Or, 10 minutes of walking a day,
Yeah.
again, doesn't seem like much.
Right.
But that adds up to over 60 hours of walking over the course of a year.
That's wild.
It is wild, right?
Who would have thought?
And so it's that consistency that's so powerful.
Right. It's like compound interest, but for your health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Small, consistent deposits over time lead to big gains.
And the other thing that the material talks about is that these small changes are just way more approachable. Like if you're trying to make these drastic overhauls,
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure almost.
it's like
Right. It's too much too soon.
you're setting yourself up for failure. It's overwhelming. It's intimidating.
It's like that New Year's resolution syndrome where you're like, I'm going to change everything.
Exactly.
And then by February, you're back to your old habits.
Right. But
Yeah.
with these small changes, it's like,
It's more sustainable.
yeah, you can actually integrate them into your life without it feeling like this huge disruption.
Yeah. Right? It's like sneaking in the healthy habit.
I love that, sneaky in the healthy habits. All right, so the research suggests that starting small is not only easier,
Yeah.
but it's also more effective in the long run.
I like that.
So let's get practical.
Okay.
What are some of these small habits that people could start incorporating into their lives like today?
Okay, so the research kind of breaks it down into three main areas.
Okay.
Nutrition,
Okay.
movement,
Yep.
and mental well-being.
Love it.
So let's start with nutrition.
Yeah.
And the key here is not to overhaul your entire diet overnight.
No more crash diets.
No more crash diets, please.
Yeah.
It's about making small, simple substitutions.
Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of reaching for that bag of chips in the afternoon,
Oh, as I feel personally attacked right now.
try swapping it out for a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts.
Oh.
Or if you're a soda drinker, try sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime.
So simple.
So simple, yeah.
Yeah. But the material we've been looking at suggests that these small changes can actually have a pretty significant impact on your overall health.
Right. I mean, think about it. You're reducing your sugar intake. You're
Right.
increasing your fiber intake.
Yeah?
You're probably going to have more stable energy levels throughout the day.
You're not going to have that sugar crash.
Exactly. And you're not feeling deprived.
Right.
You're not like, oh my God, I can't have anything I enjoy.
It's not about restriction.
Yeah.
It's about making smarter choices.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've tackled nutrition.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about movement.
All right, let's move.
Now, I think a lot of people, when they hear the word exercise, they immediately think of like,
The gym.
yeah, the gym, like intense workouts.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the material we've been looking at suggests that you don't need to go that hard right away.
No, not at all.
You can start really small.
Really small.
So what's like a small step that someone could take in terms of movement?
Well, they suggest starting with something as simple as a 10-minute walk after dinner.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
It seems almost too easy.
Well, and that's the beauty of it, right? It's
Yeah.
like you're not intimidated by it.
Right.
You're more likely to actually do it.
And the material suggests that even that small amount of movement can have some pretty amazing benefits.
Right. It aids in digestion.
Oh,
It helps clear your mind.
yeah.
You get some fresh air.
Get you out of the house.
Right. And you know what's cool about it is it often leads to more.
Oh, interesting.
Like you start with that 10 minutes and then you're like, oh, I actually feel pretty good. I could go for 15.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll try a different type of exercise tomorrow.
Looks like a gateway.
Yeah. It's like a gateway to a more active lifestyle.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've covered nutrition. We've talked about movement.
Uh-huh.
Now let's move on to mental well-being,
All right.
which is, just as important as our physical health,
Absolutely.
but often gets neglected.
It does. Yeah.
So what does the material suggest in terms of taking care of our mental well-being?
Well, one of the simplest yet most powerful habits they recommend is practicing gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude, yeah. And it sounds kind of cheesy,
Oh, yeah.
right? But they suggest like taking a few minutes each day to write down or even just think about 3 things that you're grateful for.
Okay.
And what's cool about this is it really shifts your mindset.
How so?
Well, it forces you to focus on the positive aspects of your life,
Oh, okay.
right? And when you do that consistently,
Yeah.
it actually rewires your brain to be more optimistic.
So you're literally training your brain to focus on the good.
Exactly. And that can be so helpful, especially when you're going through tough times.
Yeah, because let's be honest, life is not always sunshine and rainbows.
No, it's not.
So having that ability to tap into that gratitude.
Yeah, to find the good even when things are hard.
Yeah, that's got to be super valuable.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got some great practical tips for incorporating small habits into our nutrition, our movement, and our mental well-being.
Yeah.
But, let's be real for a second.
Okay.
Sticking to any change,
Yeah.
even a small one,
Even a small one.
can be challenging.
Yeah, it's not always easy.
So what does the material say about overcoming those challenges? Like, how do we stay motivated? How do we deal with setbacks?
Well, one of the most important things to remember is that progress isn't about being perfect.
Oh, I like that.
Right. It's okay to slip up. It's okay to miss a day.
Yeah.
The key is to just get back on track as soon as you can.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let one slip up derail your entire effort.
And remember, this is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's about long-term sustainable change.
You're right.
And the material also suggests that tracking your progress can be a really powerful motivator.
Oh, yeah.
So whether you use a journal, an app, or just a simple calendar.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, just that visual reminder of like, hey, look at all these small steps I've taken.
Yeah, it's really encouraging.
It can really keep you going.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm actually doing this. I'm making progress.
And it's a great way to celebrate those small wins along the way,
Oh,
right?
yeah, celebrate every little victory.
Yeah, acknowledge your effort.
Right, because those small wins build momentum
Absolutely.
and they make you more likely to stick with it in the long run.
I love that. So, before we wrap up this part of the deep dive, there's this one question that popped up in the material that I thought was really relevant.
Okay.
And it's something that I think a lot of us struggle with.
Yeah, what's that?
It's, how can I stay hydrated throughout the day?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Like, it seems so simple,
It does.
but it can be really hard to actually do.
Yeah, it's easy to forget to drink water.
So what are some simple tips that people can use to stay on top of their hydration?
Well, one of the easiest things is to just carry a water bottle with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Like have it on your desk, in your bag, in your car.
Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Exactly. So if you see it, you're more likely to drink it.
And you can even set reminders on your phone,
Well, that's a good idea.
right? Like every hour or so.
Yeah, just a little nudge to take a few sips,
And if you find plain water boring,
which a lot of people do.
yeah, you can jazz it up a little bit.
Right.
Like add some slices of cucumber or lemon or some fresh mint.
It makes it more appealing.
Right. And it's another example of how like a small change
Yeah.
can make a big difference.
Huge difference.
Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into the power of starting small,
Yeah.
I think the key takeaway here is that achieving better health isn't about these huge, overwhelming changes.
No.
It's about consistently making these small, manageable improvements
Right. It's about those little steps that add up over time.
and celebrating those wins along
Yes.
the way.
Celebrate the small wins.
Because every step forward, no matter how tiny,
Yeah,
is a step in the right direction.
absolutely.
And that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, it is.
Now, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite small health habit. Have you had any success with starting small to achieve your goals?
Yeah, what's worked for you?
Share your stories with us on social media,
Yeah.
or you can email us directly at your email.
We love hearing from you guys.
Yes, we do.
And your experiences might inspire others.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Yes, thank
We
you.
hope you found it informative
Yeah.
and encouraging.
And remember, health is a journey, not a destination.
It's about progress, not perfection.
So be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Celebrate your wins
Yes.
and keep moving forward.
One small step at a time.
Now, as you go about your day, we want you to think about this.
Okay.
What's one small change, just one,
Okay.
that you can implement today
Okay.
that would make you feel just a little bit better,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit healthier, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit happier?
Yeah. What's one tiny thing you can do right now?
Because that one small change
Yeah.
could have a ripple effect,
It could.
positively impacting other areas of your life
Yeah.
in ways that you might not even expect.
It's amazing how these little things can make a big difference.
They really can.
Yeah.
So what's your one small step?
What are you going to do today
Yeah,
to start making a change?
think about it
Yeah.
and take action.
You got this.
You got this. We believe in you.
We do.